Hey, what's up everybody? So today's video, you'll probably see it looks a little bit different. We're gonna try and record some of this stuff on the new GoPro. We'll see how it turns out. It kind of gives a bigger range of view so you guys can see a little bit more, and we'll see how this goes. I've been filming on the new iPhone for a while, which I've been liking, but I don't know, we'll try this out because this probably gives a little bit better picture quality too. So anyways, without further ado, today's video, I kind of want to just get some of your feedback on this one. So anything that I ask or want your feedback, drop a comment in the comment section below because I want to see what you guys think on some of this stuff because I have a few things to comment on. So just to get started on the Viper, I want to put some more Boosted Motorsports decals on it. So I want your guys' feedback on what you guys think. So I'm probably going to go with this same kind of gasoline chrome look, but where else would you guys think it would look cool? I was thinking maybe down here, Boosted being here, Motorsports there on that back or bottom kind of rocker panel. And then also I was thinking on the back window here, but any other recommendations, we're gonna try and get that on, so that'll be kind of cool too. Also repping the gasoline colored driven one, but it's kind of peeling up a little bit. I think we're gonna have to do something about that. Also, which I'm gonna do next, obviously I have the GoPro, and what I was saying before with the GoPro is I wanna actually give you guys some point of view reference. I think I probably already know the answer to this one, but leave me your comment first. Do you guys want to see point of view first in the Viper or the S2000? I'm pretty sure I already know what the answer is going to be, but let me know down below and I'll try to get some of that stuff. I'm going to do a few different videos too. I didn't get a chance to do it this weekend. I really wanted to, but I wanted to give you guys my feedback on this car. 5 things that I hate about it, 5 things that I love about it. A lot of people seem to respond well to those videos, and I've yet to do one. So a few more videos on that, but this weekend I was just kind of doing some housekeeping stuff, getting stuff all set and ready to go. Again, we'll be wrapping this here shortly as well, and another video that's going to be coming is seeing how well this Plastidip comes off. So that's surely coming. Supercharger, we're still on the lookout for that. What else? As far as the cars, this thing is settling quite a bit. I think I showed you guys that before, but it is real low, and it seems to, over the last couple weeks, I've kind of settled in to the fact that it's real low. So one of the things, just a heads up, if you guys ever have one of these cars and you decide to lower it like this with low offset wheels, is the fenders. A lot of newer cars kind of accommodate this, but the fenders under here, see how they're like 1 inch to 1.5 inches of a lip underneath? You have to watch out, because when you lower something like this much, when the wheels travel up, they don't necessarily articulate in and clear that fender. So a lot of times, and because this is fiberglass, you don't really want to be trimming this too much, or at least I don't. But on a steel, like a car that was a steel body like this, a lot of guys will roll the fender. So they'll take this lip that's here and they'll roll it up so that the tire doesn't hit there. Because the back, as you can see with these wheels being pretty flush to the body, sometimes it just barely rubs on the tire. So you probably got to see these lines here. It's just ever so slightly touching there. So it's kind of making its own room, and a lot of people might cringe, or people that collect cars might cringe, but it's kind of the cost of having something that's custom looking like this with a flush body. So I'd rather not get under there with a grinder and start grinding stuff, but I do like the look. I think it's more modern look, even though it's kind of a classic car at this point. But I don't like the wheels sunk into the fact where you can't see the wheels with the body line. I think it looks really, I don't know, it doesn't really, looks really bad in my opinion. But that is pretty much all of that. But let me talk about some other stuff. So if you guys haven't seen already, check out below. I've said it before, there's the Teespring banner that you'll see that has all the different Boosted Motorsports merchandise. It's pretty cool looking, actually. It's got hats, it's got tank tops, t-shirts, a bunch of cool stuff. Check that stuff out. Also give me your guys' feedback on what you think of that, or if you guys would like to see something different, maybe a different item or something like that, or a different design. I'm all ears, so definitely drop a comment below on that. Also the S2000, we're going to be taking that to the track here probably in about 2 weeks time. There's a track event coming out that we're going to be attending. But the last time we took it to the autocross is fun, but it's essentially cones placed in a parking lot, and the traction isn't ideal. It also, even though it's like only 50 seconds or 40 seconds or however many seconds we ran the course, it is pretty hard on the tires, because it's like taking almost something abrasive, since a parking lot isn't really a smooth surface, it's kind of pebbly, and it's almost like shearing at the tires. So it's actually a little bit harder on the tires, and there's less grip because you're on just a parking lot surface. A lot of times there's like dirt and junk in it, and it's not the best ideal grippy surface. Whereas when you're on an actual road course, there's other people's tire essentially on the tarmac, and it makes a really sticky surface, and it's a lot smoother, more traction. So I honestly think, even though the car is a little bit underpowered, I do prefer taking it to a bigger course, running it there, because I just find it's a little more fun. You're on the course for a lot more. Like, we only ran for a total of like 10 minutes. I think we got about maybe nine runs in, and each one was only about 45 seconds, or maybe a little bit more, maybe 12 runs. So say 12 runs max. You go each run group, you get about 4 different run groups throughout the day, and you only get about 5 runs in those. So do the math, 40-second runs, give or take, 45 seconds, whatever. And you're only on the track for like a max 15 minutes. Whereas if you go to the actual track instead of autocross, you're out there for, I think, 4 sessions, and usually the sessions are 20 to 30 minutes each. So you could have essentially 2 hours of track time in one day. So I think that's a little more fun, even though we're underpowered compared to some cars. I think this next track's gonna be a little bit more suited to this car because it's not as high horsepower necessary, like the big, NASCAR stuff. Also, you guys know, if you guys want the Boost in Motorsports stickers, hit me up for those. They're still cheap for now. $2 shipped for the first one, $1 extra for each additional sticker. We'll get you guys hooked up with that. Also, as far as project vehicles, I am still looking into shipping down the SRT10. That does exist, I promise. I just have to get the shipping quote, finally get on that, and get it in here. Only thing I'm kind of worrying about is once we get the SRT10 in here, this garage is gonna be stuffed. Like, I might have to try to, you guys don't really see this side too often, but I might have to try and clear out some of this stuff so that we can probably squeeze that S2000 in here, because it's gonna get tight in here real quick once we get that down here. I've also been, keeping my eye out to see if there's any cheap projects. Maybe I'll get your guys' feedback on this. I was looking to see about maybe picking up like $3,000 or $4,000 Ram 1500, maybe like a 3rd gen or something like that. I don't know if there's any 3rd gen guys that are watching this channel, or it's all 4th gen guys. If you guys would be interested in seeing a 3rd gen build, hit me up in the comment. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Because I was thinking about doing just like a budget build just for fun. Like, we get a 3rd gen, just go all out, do all LEDs, make it look a lot nicer, upgrade all the headlights and taillights, and kind of make it a nicer looking truck and bring it up to modern standards. That would be a fun project for me, and it would keep the budget down low, make it affordable for me, make it affordable for you guys. Still keeping an eye out for the 5th gen, but I'm honestly thinking at this point, by kind of Christmas or this fall, when the 2020s are starting to show up, I think a lot of the dealerships are going to be trying to be blowing out these 2019s. Maybe people are going to trade in their 2019s. I think there'll be a lot more better buys out there for the 2019 trucks. That's what I'm hoping, at least. But if there's anybody watching this channel that has a hookup with Ram or a hookup with dealerships, definitely let me know. We'll see if we can get something like that on the channel. But again, I'm trying to float multiple projects. The channel isn't too big at this point, so any revenue that the channel generates, it goes right back into the channel. But you guys obviously see there's some projects behind us, but to add another project and truck, the Viper's not going anywhere because that's just my car that I've always wanted. So that, I haven't been spending any money on it, but at the same time it's paid for. It's just kind of sitting there. The S2000, really, there's not a whole lot of money into it, but that's just like a cheap track car for road course stuff that we're gonna keep. So I don't see any of these two going anywhere anytime soon, but for the next project, I just have to be a little budget conscious on what we're gonna do, but I do want your feedback on that. If it's a 3rd gen truck, or maybe we get a super cheap 4th gen, but the only thing is there's not really any cheap 4th gens that are the 2013 and up with the 8-speed. As soon as you try to look for an 8-speed truck, the prices go way up. I've seen some cheaper like 09s and 2010s and stuff like that, but with like the older 5 or 6-speed transmissions, but not an 8-speed, unfortunately. So if we're gonna go for a build where maybe it's like a leveled truck or a lifted truck or something like that, then I could probably do like a older 4th gen, like a 09 to 12 without the newer transmission and stuff. But what do you guys think? Let me know. we'll start getting something new going on the channel here. Also, the temperatures are gonna start to drop down, so we'll be able to spend a bit more time in the garage. Honestly, you guys, it's right now, today or this weekend was like over 105 degrees. There's no AC in here, so I'm trying not to be in the garage during the day to be working on some stuff, but once the temps start dropping down here in the next month or so, we'll be spending a lot more time in here as well. But anyways, I'm all ears, you guys. Give me all the feedback you want. I also have some other stuff. We're probably going to be launching a Patreon this week. I'm still just working out the details. And also, if we do end up moving forward, I think, I don't know, let me know in the comments. I know I'm asking a lot in this video, but I do want to get your guys' feedback on this whole Patreon thing. Any of the proceeds that would go from the Patreon would go directly back on the channel. I'm thinking of doing something exclusive where if there's enough people interested in this Patreon thing and those people or that group really wants to see a 5th gen, if I can get enough, generate enough revenue from the Patreon that I can just go straight to the dealership and just pay almost full tilt for a 5th gen, I'll go ahead and do that. So if there's anybody that's on here watching that wants to do that kind of thing, I'm thinking of doing something like that where I'll do some new 5th gen stuff for Patreon people, and they'll have exclusive access to those newer videos. And as the videos get a little bit older and trickle down, then I'll push them to the main YouTube channel. Just an idea. I'm just trying to come up with different ways and ideas of how I can sit there and, you know, fund multiple projects, keep it interesting for you guys, keep it interesting for myself, and not go broke at the same time making it all happen. So you guys see I'm trying to get different sponsors and stuff like that for different parts, you know, on the channel and stuff like that, and it does come through, but the biggest expense is going to be the vehicle and doing all that stuff. So anyways, you guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm always trying to make this an interactive experience and not just, you know, what I want to do. It's also what you guys want to see, and we'll make it happen. All right, guys, take care. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.